Okay. All right, I think we're good.
It says live in the little corner over there. So
Live. We have achieved liveness.
live
Liveness.
life on the live.
Yes. Okay. Well, I don't know if anybody's actually. No, we have 0 viewers. All right, we're just gonna wait for these. We're gonna wait for our viewers before we say anything. I guess. Hey, we have 5 viewers.
Already?
Yeah, I told you this is gonna be the most popular live stream to ever happen on YouTube. What did you expect?
Wow. Five people watching.
17 viewers, brah. See, I told you. Look, hey,
God,
this
it's
is
fucking skyrocketing, dude.
this is
Like,
what
what the
fame
fuck?
is. This is what fame is. All right, hunky boys are on. All right, Joe, do you wanna introduce yourself to the 20 people watching?
Damn, you fucking gave away my name. I was going for an anonymous thing. But
Oh,
yeah, I'm Joe, or the guy behind Vinyl Distortion, and I make videos that are kind of like Canyon's videos, except for I cover um, probably a lot more less extreme stuff than he does. So um, stuff like Rammstein and Gojira and so on. But then at the same time, I also like to cover Leviathan stuff and black metal and death metal and extreme metal and so on. So
yes,
that's my bio.
yes. Yeah, they're fantastic videos. I've probably watched 95% of them at this point. We do talk about a lot of different types of music, but I don't know. A lot of times I don't even like watching people's videos who talk about the same music as me. So you've achieved something with that. So yeah, congratulations, everyone. Go subscribe to Joe. I'll have to leave a link in the description, I guess, afterwards, because I'm not exactly sure if I can even do that right now. Maybe I can. I'm not sure. But either way, afterwards, then you guys can just look it up if you want to. So it should be known that we have nary a plan for this shit. We tried talking about it earlier. We couldn't figure much out. So we're just gonna go. We're gonna just go off, talk about shit, and then if you guys want to ask questions, feel free to do so, and maybe it'll start a conversation. We'd like to get you fuckers involved with this. But it is after midnight where Joe is, so you got to be courteous of his bedtime.
I don't know. I'm a big boy. I don't need a bedtime.
Oh.
So
okay.
I don't actually sleep.
No, me neither. I work too much for that shit. All right. So we were going to talk about 2016 releases for sure. That is the one thing we know we are going to discuss. So, Joe, do you have any favorite 2016 releases so far?
Well, there are a fuckload of releases that are coming out now. Probably too many. But recently on Friday or last Friday, the new Gojira album came out, and that had a lot of really good, interesting tracks. It was a little bit more diverse than their previous effort, the wild child, or whatever in French. You probably know it if you know Gojira, but yeah, there's a lot more interesting things going on in that. But black metal wise, definitely the new Inquisition album is bound to be fantastic.
Yeah, I'm sure it will be. I'll be honest, man. I've listened to one Gojira track ever years ago. It was actually it was the same day that I heard Immortal for the first time. So it was a long ass time ago, and I remember it just wasn't my thing. and I guess I never bothered with it again, which is unfair. But I also know isn't Gojira like a proggy death metal band?
They're like a prog. I don't know what to put them into, but I guess yeah, like progressive death metal, post metal, something like that. There's a lot of weird time signatures and stuff going on with the guitars, and it's really heavy, or at least their previous albums were really heavy, especially the one before the newest one that I can't pronounce. And yeah, you'd have to put them in the progressive metal group camp.
Yeah, that may be why I've never listened to most of it. Somebody here in the comments said it sounds like Meshuggah, which we were talking about that a little bit earlier too. I'm not a Meshuggah fan. I don't know if you have the comments pulled up here. If you go to the like the actual page on YouTube itself, that I have like the screen pulled over and I can see all these comments, so I can see when people say stuff. You know, just for reference, if somebody says something and it maybe reminds you of something or whatever, then it's useful at least for that. Yeah, you have any other ones that you've been listening to or anything like that?
Well, first I'd like to say that Gojira is not too much like Meshuggah. Meshuggah is a little bit more on the extreme side, whereas Gojira is a little bit more on the experimental side. But I know before we were talking about Sabaton, the new Sabaton album.
Yeah, obviously.
We were talking about the track for that, the one that was recently released, The Lost Battalion. Did you want to talk about how you felt about that one?
Yeah, we were talking about it a little bit earlier. I don't know which of you guys have listened to the new Sabaton song, but man, it did not. Unfortunately, it didn't meet my expectations. The song is catchy as hell, and you know that's obviously I don't think that Sabaton can make a song that is not catchy. The problem is it's too. I don't know, man. When I think of Sabaton, everything about it is infectious to the point to where I want to go back and I want to listen to it over and over and over again. And I have listened to that song a few times, but the problem is, man, the chorus. I hate that it cuts out the instruments for the chorus, and the chorus is pretty much just vocals. Like I said, or I told you earlier, Joe, when the song starts, you know, that's totally cool. But then when it goes into the chorus and the songs and the music stops again, and it's just the vocals. The first time I was like, oh man, that's really disappointing because this song could have been so fucking cool. But as catchy as the song may be, I don't think that it's going to be a standout song on the album. And that's obviously the only song I've heard from it, but you know, I still have that opinion already.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think a lot of the previous singles released by Sabaton have been really like punchy and have had a really sing-along chorus, but this one has a sing-along chorus, but it seems to be missing the punch that normal Sabaton singles have. Which is why I agree with you that this might be a track that kind of fits in better with the full album instead of being a standout single. But the album's going to have to be released before we can figure that out. But there are definitely a lot of interesting historical things going on with this album that kind of stand out to other Sabaton albums. I think historical facts and stuff like that, I think this is going to be a really standout Sabaton album, kind of like how Carolus Rex was, where it was kind of different than World War II and all of that stuff. For example, they have the Lost Battalion, World War I, Blood of Bannockburn, the Scottish War for Independence from England, I believe, and Hill 3234, which is probably what I'm most interested in, which is about the Soviets fight with the Mujahideen. But
Yeah,
there's
I haven't looked that much into it just yet. Um, I don't know, man. Like, Sabaton, I know the album's going to be fantastic, but and you know, I usually don't like to sort of judge an album beforehand based on the single, because if you look, like, man, the new Profanatica album, right? They released a single from that. I don't remember what it was called, but it's extremely underwhelming. And it's a little bit different because every fucking Profanatica song sounds exactly the same. But, you know, this may just be a case of that. You know, they just didn't choose the best song, or maybe the album does only work in flow with every other song. And also, I'm seeing a lot of people who don't like Sabaton in the comments.
Well, somebody asked about what we think about the Agalock breakup.
Oh God. Well, I mean, I'm not as big an Agalock fan as everyone else. So, you know, whatever. I mean, their apex was years and years ago, in my opinion. So, you know, they never made a bad album, but they also weren't making anything that was appealing to me so extremely that I really care that they ended up breaking up. But I do know what that band meant to a lot of people. So, you know, in that sense, it sucks, but I personally don't really care.
In my opinion, I think that the way that it was handled was not very professional on the part of, I think it was John, who kind of fired everybody except for himself from the band, and was thinking about releasing Agalock material without the other members, which is kind of bullshit. But then he came back and kind of said, you know, Agalock is dead without the other guys, because it's not just John who's doing it. All of them are very talented.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw the first post, and then I saw a sort of almost revised one. I don't know if they deleted the other one, but I know, you know, I read it when it was posted, and it seemed pretty shitty. But at the same time, I didn't know who wrote for Agalock. I didn't know if it was just John or if there were other dudes involved. I don't know. You know, Agalock is not a band I've done really any amount of research on, so I'm honestly not sure. But if it was all the dudes and the guy was going off like he was really the only member who really mattered, then you know, that's obviously pretty shitty, I guess, you know, for lack of a better term. I don't know, man. I mean, I like The Mantle, and fuck, what was the album that came before that?
Pale Folklore.
Yeah. I guess the first three Agalock albums, you know, I've always really liked, but the Mantle obviously is my favorite. But I think that's fucking everybody's favorite.
It's not my favorite. But
what's your favorite?
I like Ashes Against the Grain. In order, I would put it Ashes Against the Grain, The Mantle, Pale Folklore, and then Marrow of the Spirit, and then Serpent in the Sphere.
Oh, you know more about Agalock than me, I guess. I don't know, man. I don't have an opinion, I guess, on you know, like Serpent to the Sphere. I just don't care. I haven't listened to that album since it came out. Yeah, I fucking have it though. Yeah. For me, man, I've been listening to a lot of. I saw somebody mention the new Death Fortress. The new Death Fortress is fantastic. I love that record. Besides that, New Infernal Curse I've been listening to a lot recently. Yarnvitter is fantastic. I talked about that in a recent video. The new Grav EP I've had on every day. I love that record. I see people mention the Abhamine, I guess is how you would say it. That shit is fantastic. I've been listening to that an awful lot. Shit, man. I mainly, the way that I kind of listen to new albums, I'll see something coming out, I'll get it, I'll listen to it for a while, and then I'll get some more new stuff that's been coming out, listen to it, and then sort of halfway through the year, I'll see where everything stands. Because if I'm not returning to things, then it's not, you know, it's not as, I guess, as good as I initially thought it was. But I know there's new Weregoat coming out, which is going to be fucking sweet. There's going to be, obviously, the new Inquisition I'm really excited for. The new Carnifex I'm over the moon about. You know, I love Carnifex. There's a lot of shit that's coming out that I guess I don't know if I've been paying more attention this year, or if if things are being released in rapid succession. By the way, you know, this year's been really, really great. You know, and then there's stuff like the new Embalmer album, which I love. The new Nadra album is fantastic. The Scoff album, Sorcerer de Glace, fantastic. Everything that I've been listening to is really, really good. New Winter Lords, great. You know, I have a long ass list of shit that I can name off, but no one wants that. And stuff that's coming up, man, like Putrid Pile is probably the #1 thing that I'm really fucking looking forward to.
What are people saying?
Well, somebody mentioned the new Midnight EP that's coming out. Actually, I'm not sure if it's an EP. I think it says mini LP, and that's gonna be fucking sweet. I haven't heard anything about it. I don't know if it's just all new material or if they're re-recording some stuff, but I can guarantee you that it's gonna be really good.
Somebody reminded me in the chat thing about the new Dark Funeral album.
I haven't listened to it besides that one song with the horrible music video, which I did like that song, though. That was a cool song. That music video is just really bad.
The boring music video nailed him to the cross.
It was heinous.
Yeah, that song is actually, I really like the, for those of you who don't know, the new singer of Dark Funeral is from a band called Gra, which is a Swedish black metal band, and they're also very good if you want to check them out.
I didn't know they got a new singer.
Yeah, it's a new singer.
See, man, I don't consider myself a Dark Funeral fan, but I have every one of their albums on vinyl except for one. Well, not including the new one, I guess. But I've never considered myself a big fan. I just ended up with all their records somehow. Yeah, someone mentioned the new Acid Witch. That's going to be fucking sweet. I mean, as long as they don't go in that hair metal style that they fucking went on with that weird Midnight Movies EP. As long as it doesn't sound like that, I think I'll like the new Acid Witch. That's going to be Fortress. I've seen that mentioned a few times. I have that on pre-order. There's no doubt that's going to end up on the end of the year list for me. That shit's gonna be fantastic. I'm certain. We got people saying something about new Dark Throne. I don't care. I don't know about you.
New Dark Throne.
Yeah.
Unless it's back to the roots, then it's probably nothing to freak out about.
No, I don't think so. It's just not my thing, man. It's yeah. Oh, Eric Bauer mentioned. I don't know how the fuck to say it, man. UADA. Wada. I listened to a few tracks from that, from whatever was on Bandcamp, and that shit is so fucking good, man. The CD, I don't like ordering a single CD from overseas. It's just the shipping is not fucking worth it. But from what I've heard from that, it's fantastic. New Nails. Have you listened to the new Nails album?
I did, and I'm not a big Nails fan, but I think Jeff Whitehead did the cover artwork for it.
Yeah, he did. He also did the cover art for the new AMSG, which is going to be good as well. Let's see here. People are saying, yeah, Fortress, Nails. Nails is gay. Hold on. Someone says original release of Cradle of Filth, Cruelty and the Beast. I'm pretty sure it's actually Dusk and Her Embrace that they're doing. I don't think it's Cruelty and the Beast. I could be wrong, but yeah, those poor bastards. I love that shit. Autocrater, man. This is like making me realize how much shit is coming out, and I'm just kind of, ambling along, I guess, as well as I can do.
Dude, it's like a fucking wave of black metal shit that's coming out, and it's like, stop, because like you can't digest all of it in 1 year. Like you have to I get something new and I put it on and I listen to it. I'm like, okay, that was cool. Put it down, put something new, listen to it. Okay, that was cool. But like, I don't think people are gonna fully get what the new albums are until maybe next year when stuff is hopefully slowed down.
Yeah, I function the same way, man. Most of the time, if I were to remake my list from last year, I think there may be one or two things in the same spot. Besides that, man, it would be a lot different. But I guess that's part of the fun, to sort of reflect back. But somebody mentioned Liam Gordon, Shrine of Insanibilis, Disciples of the Void. That did come out last year, but again, that was one that would be on the list that I just totally missed. New Obscura, I don't give a fuck. What about you?
Probably not pick it up. Probably won't.
Yeah, I don't care.
I have to go and look on Discogs at my collection because I'm drawing a blank on new stuff right now.
New Magua, no, that came out last year. Wolves in the Throne Room, I didn't know there was a new Wolves in the Throne Room album. Cobalt, I think I'm the only person who doesn't like that new Cobalt album. I don't know if you've listened to it. I think it's called Slow Forever, maybe. I
haven't heard it.
Oh yeah, I did not like. I don't know what it was, man. I was listening to it and I was just like, this is not clicking with me. And you know, as many times as I tried to listen to the fucking one song they released, which was like 2 times, I didn't care. The new Behexen,
yeah.
The new Blood Incantation album is gonna be fantastic.
I actually really like the new vocal style for the new Behexen album. I like the old one too, but I think that the new one is really good as well.
Because it sounds like Behemoth?
Oh, yeah. I mean,
Man,
I didn't.
You can't tell me it doesn't. That shit is like spot on Nurgle impression.
Well, there's nothing bad about Nurgle.
No, I like the album. I wouldn't say there is.
For Nurgle in person. Have you seen his Instagram?
Yes, yeah. I think I unfollowed it a while back. Though he posted something dumb, and I think I unfollowed it.
I think it's funny.
That's maybe why I unfollowed. He probably posted something that was supposed to be funny. It was kind of dumb.
But just he's always posting like crazy shit, like stuff that you wouldn't expect Nurgle to post. He posts like weird stuff. Like, isn't he? I think he has a hair salon now or something. He's like a hairdresser or something.
Yeah, I think you told me about it. It's fucked up.
I think it's great. He cut my hair any day.
Oh, I think that might just be a sexual bias towards Nurgle.
Probably.
All right, let's see. New Abnormality. I listened to like one song from it. Eric said New Shaitan is out. I didn't know about that, but I think from that 4-way split, that Desert Dances and Serpent Sermons, I think the Shaitan stuff was my least favorite on that split. But that's not taking anything away from it. I remember it being really good. So I'll have to look into that. And obviously these people in the comments are more well versed in new releases than I am.
Probably me too. I'm struggling with these new releases to remember what to buy and to actually pay for it. So
I know, man. It only gets worse, man. The more attention you pay to this stuff, the more complicated it gets. I promise. It's an uphill battle always.
I'm still finding shit from a year or 2 ago.
Oh, dude, I know, man. I probably buy a 2015 release maybe once a week. So it's pretty fucked up. Like I said, my list would be way different now. I've been listening to that Masartham EP Pillars an awful lot. Fuck, that shit is awesome. And I'm surprised more people aren't kind of totally shitting on that band for doing what they do. But I personally like it.
Hold on. Somebody just mentioned the new Abbott album.
Oh dear, we want to talk about that? I'll talk about the new Abbott album.
All right.
How about you go first?
Good cop, bad cop, maybe.
I'll be the more positive, friendly one. You can take a shit on the Abbott album.
Damn, but I wanted to be the friendly one.
Okay. Well, I'll just say that album is boring, and next year no one will ever talk about it ever again.
Hopefully it just erases itself from his career. And Immortal's doing a new album, I think.
Yeah. No, honestly, man, I'm not skeptical of the new Immortal album anymore. It has become pretty obvious with the release of the Abbott album that Abbott is not. Yes, he was the front man and he was the face of Immortal, but whether or not he was actually good for the band is that's an entirely separate question, I think. I think the album is boring. I think the only reason it's getting any hype is because it's Abbott. And I honestly regret buying that album because I have not listened to it all the way through.
I think that when it came out, at least for me, there wasn't a shitload of new stuff that I was going to pick up when it came out. So it kind of filled some empty space that it was a boring album, but there are a couple of highlights on it. Very few, but there were a few highlights on it.
Okay, so you played good cop then. I don't have really many. I don't have like anything positive to say about it. I mean, it's not bad. It's just there's nothing about it that's good. Let's see. Someone asked opinion on Skeleton Witch becoming a deathcore band because of the new vocalist. Skeleton Witch is not a band that I've ever been a huge fan of, but I love the 2 tracks that they've released from the new EP. So I don't know what this guy's talking about. New Garuva, also enjoying Grave Miasma. So Corey Cameraman is shouting profound lore right now. I just bought that new Garuva CD, or Guvara? I don't know. It's fantastic, man. The tracks I've listened to from that is awesome. I love it. Destroyer 666. I've seen a few people mention this. No, it's not for me. I don't like Destroyer 666. I don't know. What about you?
There's a point when I was thinking about getting the new Destroyer 666 album. I'm not a big Destroyer fan as well. I mean, it's Destroyer 666, so you kind of have to give them a little bit of respect, but their new album just didn't really do it for me, in my opinion. What did you mention before? You mentioned something, and I forgot.
I know. Okay, while you're looking for that, this guy says Chance is still better. What was that one song? The first Skeleton Witch single that was released. The fucking chorus of that song is better than most of what I've heard from Skeleton Witch, period. There was a song on Serpents Unleashed. I think it was called This Evil Embrace. That song, that's my favorite Skeleton Witch song. And I do believe that Chance is a good vocalist, but I don't know. I don't have a problem with the new guy, but maybe it's just because I'm not a huge Skeleton Witch fan. Somebody also mentioned the new Shkamish. I don't know how the fuck to say it, but I cannot care less about that shit, man. I do not like that sort of proggy black metal stuff. It's not my thing at all. I don't know. What do you think? Did you find what were you talking about a minute ago?
Skeleton Witch. I don't remember. I listened to the new Skeleton Witch song, the first one with the new vocalist. I don't remember anything about it, which is probably a bad thing. But Skeleton Witch is. I've only seen them live once, and that was a tour that they did without the vocalist, which was kind of like, why are you doing this?
That was like 2013, probably, right?
Yeah. But yeah, Serpents Unleashed. I think Skeleton Witch is a little bit too. It has too much of like a happy feeling to it. You know what I mean?
Oh, I don't have a problem with that at all.
That I can't have that in my black metal.
No happy black metal for you?
No.
Oh no. You probably heard did you hear that new White Death single that came out a few months ago? That shit is so good. That's probably all.
I have not heard that one. Maybe I have. I don't remember. I don't have a good memory with this stuff.
Oh well, that's fine.
But I'm just like fucking. My mind is going 100 miles an hour while I'm here because I'm trying to find new bands. I'm trying to get hard to find stuff from European bands while I'm here, and it's just fucking.
I know, man. I'm here where I live, and I have the same problem. So, let's see. Someone says a new King Diamond album. Oh no, I've seen Black Fucking Cancer a few times. I know that's gonna be good. New Caveman Cult can be pretty. All right, I know that's a good. I've listened to that all the way through at this point. Perturbator. Why? What is it? What is it with this band? Is it even a band? I've seen so many people who are into metal who just love this Perturbator thing, and I don't fucking get it. I don't understand. I don't know. Have you listened to? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. I don't get it either. I don't. It's like an electronic project. I think there's only one guy behind it, but it's kind of like, I guess people enjoy like the concept behind it, like sort of like a futuristic electronic themed thing. If I'm gonna listen to electronic music, probably the closest thing to that would be the new Lindemann album, a little bit electronic-y, I guess, and Dawn of Ashes is another good. I guess it's not electronic; it's more industrial, but another good industrial band. Shit, I I keep wanting to say Combi Christ, but Combi Christ sucks now.
I don't even know what that is.
It's probably a good thing.
Yeah.
You would fucking hate it. It's like just stupid industrial electronic music, like songs like what's that one song that me and my friends always listen to? It's called "Shut Up and Swallow," like fucking dumb shit like that. But
Oh dear.
yeah, go ahead.
People are actually saying it's considered synthwave, whatever the fuck that means. I don't know.
I don't know either. I'm.
I
What are they
think,
talking about? Combi Christ?
What?
Are they talking about Combi Christ?
Oh, I don't know. Oh yeah, somebody is.
KMFBM is another good band as well. If you want,
I don't know what that is either.
it's another like industrial band. Somebody mentioned Goat Moon.
Yeah, I saw that. Goat Moon. It says something about Goat Moon's releasing a new album. If that's true, I didn't know about that. I know Goat Moon's releasing another split with a band called Dark Fury. But as for like another full length album, I'm honestly not sure. But honestly, if they were to release an album, then I could pretty much guarantee now, before I know anything about it, that it would be top 3 albums of the year. That I have a bit of a soft spot for that band. I think I'm a bit biased towards Goat Moon. Somebody mentioned Dillinger Escape Plan.
Oh, the new album?
Oh, I don't know.
Is there a new album?
Release a new album?
Or the reissues? Dillinger Escape Plan. I'm not a big fan of Dillinger Escape Plan, but I am a big fan of the supergroup Killer Be Killed with the singer of Dillinger Escape Plan. That's a really good, interesting supergroup with guys from Mastodon, Troy from Mastodon, the bassist. There's the singer of Dillinger Escape Plan, and then there's the ex-member of Sepultura, Max, and then I forget who the drummer is. But it's a really interesting project.
If it sounds anything like Dillinger Escape Plan, it will not be my thing.
I don't. It sounds. It's its own thing, actually, which is what makes it interesting. I don't know if it would be up your alley, though.
I don't know. I'm pretty tunnel visioned on like certain things, so a lot of times things outside of that spectrum is I don't know, man. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Dillinger Escape Plan has never been my thing. I don't like stuff like that. I don't know, just not. I don't know. When I listen to music, I want it to be very straightforward in a sense. Like if I'm going to listen to death metal, I like more straightforward, primitive sounding death metal. Same thing with black metal. There are a few bands that sort of deviate from that, but besides that, man, it's all pretty straightforward stuff.
What do you think about Anil Nathrek then?
Yeah, that's one of those bands, man. I mean, like for me, that band is more like a song or two per every album is pretty good, but then the album as a whole is pretty bland. And that's the problem I have with that. I've never liked an entire Anonymous Rock album for more than, a few listens. And then after that, I just have no, I don't really care to go back to it.
They released a weird cover. I forget who they covered, but it was like Iron Maiden or something. And that was really interesting.
Yeah. Anonymous Rock and Iron Maiden are very very different. So I wouldn't I wouldn't doubt it. Dark Tranquility. What do you think?
I'll probably pick it up.
Yeah? Oh
Yeah.
no. I didn't like their last album. I don't remember what it's called. Construct, was that the last one?
I think.
At this point. Yeah, that's not my thing, man.
You broke Wyatt's heart.
I'm sorry. ABBA, new ABBA album. I think Craig is here. He's posted 2 comments. One said "damn Jews" and this one says ABBA.
Holy shit. Well, I'm in Sweden. I have to talk about ABBA. At Bengens, which is probably the biggest record store here in Stockholm, they have an entire section devoted to ABBA and ABBA-related stuff. You cannot listen to any Swedish band and deny that they were influenced by ABBA. Every Swedish band was influenced by ABBA, including Dark Funeral.
I don't know that I agree with that.
But ABBA is fucking huge, dude.
Oh, I know.
I'm a ABBA fan.
I've seen, man. Jews love ABBA. This shit is getting out of control. What happened? We just spiraled wildly out of control here in about 12 seconds. Now everyone's talking about ABBA. Oh dear.
Dude, ABBA needs to get back together. I think somebody offered them like $2 million to get back together, and they were like, "No."
I heard about that somewhere. That's fucked up.
It was like I want to know. I don't know much about ABBA, but I want to know why they broke up. Was it like I know that like it was 2 like married couples that were doing like a thing. I wonder if they like got angry at each other or something.
Dude, I don't know shit about ABBA, man. I actually have an ABBA CD, a greatest hits CD that's sealed. My friend gave it to me as a joke, and I just never it's just.
Dude, you gotta crack that shit open, dude.
Yeah, I'll play it in the next video I make.
Sabaton influence.
God. I've heard, dude. I've honestly heard that before. That ABBA has like influenced every fucking Swedish band, and I don't know. No. No. We need to get off the fucking topic of ABBA because the comments are kind of only ABBA related things at the moment.
Give the people what they want.
You guys want more ABBA? No? Nobody? Somebody mentioned the new Baptism. Yes?
You hit me with all these bands that I haven't even like bothered listening to. I don't know.
Never mind. What about I know Season Miss is also releasing a record called Home by a band called Numenarian, which I actually really, really like. I haven't heard the whole thing yet, but from what they've released, it's very, very good. I don't know how to really explain it. It's very atmospheric, but without being trees and mist and snow and shit like that. So, I mean, I don't know. I like stuff like that. Yeah, that's somebody mentioned Baptism, and I know Season Mist is also doing that. Well, there's the new Defeated Sanity as well. I did pre-order that. I don't know which of you guys have listened to that song they released from the more proggy side of that Defeated Sanity album, the double album. And dude, I don't know if you've listened to that, but it's badass. Like, I don't like music like that, but something about that was really, really fucking good. I know I've seen a lot of people compare it to old Cynic, and it sounds kind of like Chuck Schuldiner on vocals. And it's very weird, but it's a lot better than most of than anything that I've heard from Cynic, because that shit is bad.
What do you think about the new Metallica album coming out? Hopefully this year. Probably not. I said
No,
hopefully. I regret saying hopefully.
no, no Metallica. I don't know.
Lars Ulrich said that it was going to be very diverse.
Lars Ulrich is not. I don't know, man. I don't. I'd rather not get into fucking Metallica. Also, I think I might have to answer to these people who are asking where this Q&A video is. I think I think I may have just sort of you know, completely bailed on the Q&A thing. That was like 6 months ago, and I just never answered those questions. Yeah, I guess what happened is I forgot about it. I remembered, and there was like 400 questions to go through, and I didn't want to make a 3-hour video. I didn't want to fucking, I didn't want to make like 6 half-hour long videos, so I just kind of, but I mean, if you guys ask questions, I'll try and answer them here, I guess. I don't know. Craig is also hoping for new Bon Jovi. So, album of the year 2016, Bon Jovi.
No competition. Hold on. Craig, can you do a video on your Leviathan collection?
It would be a very long video. Have you seen that? Have you seen that fucking picture?
Yeah, I saw it. Now I want to see all of it in a video.
That shit is ridiculous. That shit is absolutely insane. Craig, put aside a few hours, brah. Got a video to make.
New, I think Arnold Northrup is pretty much finished recording a new album, from what I've been seeing on their Facebook or Instagram page. We talked about Rammstein. I think that they probably finished or close to finishing their new album as well.
I didn't know there was going to be a new Rammstein album.
There's always a new Rammstein album, and the day that there won't be a new Rammstein album is the day that the world ends.
Oh, okay.
So
we're talking about I'm not exactly the biggest Rammstein fan.
But shit, what else? The new Sun.
Oh God.
Sun live album. Aosoth released a new. What is it new? Is it from this year? I don't know. Yes, it is. Aosoth just released like a cassette compilation of stuff from singles, like B-sides and stuff, which is really good.
Shit, yeah, man. That's one of those bands, like, I know the name and really nothing past that. One of the hundreds of millions of bands exactly like that. Craig says no one wants an hour-long Leviathan video. Is that true?
No.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think that's true. Let's see, what else we got? God, someone mentioned Venom. No thanks. New Sodom album. No thanks.
I really like the Sodom album covers, but I don't like Sodom's music at all.
None of it? Dude, have you heard like the super early stuff?
Yep.
Oh, dude, that stuff is fantastic.
What did I do? Okay.
The first, really the first EP and then the first album is sort of beyond compare. But then, obviously Persecution Mania is really fucking good too. So I like super early Sodom. The newer stuff, I'm very, I just don't care. I don't listen to it. Yeah, I've seen somebody mention Grave Miasma a bunch of times too. I don't know if you are familiar with Grave Miasma. I guess there's a new Grave Miasma album, honestly. Oh, well, no, yeah, there is. It's that weird fucking like purpley bluish color, isn't it? It's on Profound Lore, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I don't know. It's not bad, but it's not my thing, I guess.
What do you think about the sick new Disaster release?
It's sick. It's super.
Yeah.
No, it's no. I have honestly, I'll say it for the people watching. I have no respect for Scott Connor. I've mentioned this to a few people. Craig and I have talked about it a bunch of times, and he agrees with me. Scott Connor does not deserve anybody's respect. Basically, he decided he wanted to make a different style of music, and he changed the band name, which is good. I can get behind that. And then he was like, you know what? Xaster worked better for me. And he realized that his music, that what he was making nowadays with Nocturnal Poisoning was shitty. So he decided to jump ship, go back to the Xaster name because it got more attention, and continue making this shitty music. Now shitting on the Xaster discography. And no, he does not deserve anybody's respect. And he should be ashamed of himself.
I can't say that I disagree.
Man, it's bad. Dude, he fucking everyone has seen that one man metal documentary, and the way that he is now is so fucking polar opposite. And he should really, I mean, I don't know if he was putting on a front or if he's really that fucking crazy that he actually just completely changed into a different person one day. I mean, if you look inside the records of the older Xaster albums, they all say no interviews, no lyrics upon request, no addresses, fuck you. But now the dude is fucking cool with signing anything you have with the Xaster logo on it. He'll yeah, send it to me, I'll fucking sign it. He grew his hair out, he's wearing a black, he wears tie-dye shirts and shit. He should be ashamed of himself. Honestly, that's he should be truly embarrassed, and he should feel bad for what he's done, for his crimes against Xaster.
Maybe he feels like a star because now all the hipsters are buying Xaster stuff.
So he goes off and makes what does he call it? Doomgrass? Is that what it is?
I don't fucking know. It's country music to me.
Fucking lame. It's bad. Any of you guys who have not heard the new Xaster album, I think it's called Subject to Change, I think. Yeah. Don't listen to it. Don't listen to it. It's very bad. It's also very boring. And it is not Xaster. So basically anything after the last Xaster album that I guess was black metal, which I think would be Portal of Sorrow, just don't bother.
Portal of Sorrow was kind of boring for a Xaster release.
I mean, yeah, but it was black metal at least. I mean, it doesn't have to be it isn't good, but from what I've listened to it, it was very middle of the road. Very, I haven't listened to the whole album because I haven't listened to some of the Xaster full lengths in full. But Portal of Sorrow, I remember being very middle of the road. There wasn't really anything special about it. I don't remember a goddamn thing about it, so whatever.
I think that the height of Xaster was during Subliminal Genocide and what was that one? All Reflections Drains.
I think Defective Epitaph is my personal favorite, but besides that, The Funeral of Being, I love that record. And for the record, for all these people commenting, I don't care that Scott Connor is not making black metal anymore. I care that he's using the Xaster name because it's more popular than Nocturnal Poisoning was ever going to get. People see a new Xaster album, they go and buy it, and then they have it. They even though they may not have known what they were getting into, they now have a shitty Xaster album in their collection. So, yeah, I don't care that he's not making black metal. I care that he's using the Xaster name for fucking, so people will buy the album. Just people who will buy anything with the Xaster logo on it. It's a shame. I don't know what's going on. I'm not looking at the comments now. I look and there's 20 new comments here. Black metal is bluegrass. No, nobody. All right.
I think we're losing viewers here.
Yeah, it's Xaster fans is what it is.
It's plummeting.
Yeah. Goodbye, Xaster fans. Enjoy your shitty Doomgrass. So
it's officially summer now. Do you have any bands that you're planning on seeing this year? Yeah.
Well, I'm actually, there's a bunch of bands that I'll be missing. I'm going to, not next week, but the week after, I'm flying out to Arizona, and I'm going to Vegas, and I'll go to LA, and I'll actually be meeting with Craig to perform homosexual. I don't know where I'm going with this. Anyway, pretty much the time right before I'm there and the time right after I'm there, there will be shows that I'll be missing there, and I should be going to Summer Slaughter, which we talked about earlier. I'd like to come to the Chicago date for that, which will be cool because I just want to see Carnifex, man. Honestly, that's really it. I have a huge fucking Carnifex boner all the time. And then I am going to Hell's Head Bash this year, the last 2 days. There's a few bands that I really don't want to miss. So the first day, I'd like to see Acid Witch and Embalmer again, but I can't get that much time off work. So I'm totally cool with just going the last 2 days. And besides that, man, I honestly don't think so. So what about you?
Here, maybe I'm thinking about going to see Rammstein at Bravalla because I did miss Metal Svensken, which makes me angry. And then I've been seeing a bunch of pictures from Hellfest, which also makes me angry that I couldn't be there. So hopefully I can remedy that by going and seeing Rammstein. And then right after I get back from Stockholm, I'm going to go to Chicago Open Air. Mostly for Rammstein again and Meshuggah. And then, what else? Hopefully I'll be going to see Belphegor and Shining and Marduk, Rotting Christ, so on. And then planning a little bit too far ahead here, they just announced a festival in Norrköping here in Sweden called Black Christmas Show, which is like Marduk, Rotting Christ, a bunch of other fucking bands. So maybe I'll come back here for that show.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I'm pretty much all fucking exhausted of shows because of last year was fucking insanity, and I don't know if I want to do that again.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. I've only been here in Louisville for, well, I mean, I guess since November. And Louisville's really good for not for shows itself, but it's very central. So I can a short drive and I could pretty much be anywhere. I do remember there next month, Carcass and Ghoul are playing here, and I want to see Ghoul. I've never seen Ghoul live. And I absolutely love Ghoul, so I'm excited about that. But Carcass, I don't care. I saw Carcass a few years ago, and once is good enough. So, but besides that, man, I really, I don't know. It seems like most of the good shows happen on the West Coast of America, or just North America in general. I mean, I know Vancouver gets a lot of shows as well. So. Of course, I live very far from that area.
Yeah, but last year I got to see a lot of bands that have been on my fucking list. The stars aligned, and I got to come here to Stockholm last year and go to two heavy metal festivals, Sabaton Open Air in Falun and Getaway Rock. And Getaway Rock had like Ghost, Anal Nathrak, Dark Funeral, Inquisition, Belphegor, who else? Carnifex. But I can't remember anybody else. But the list was fucking huge. But yeah, there aren't very many good black metal shows that come through the Midwest.
No, that's much more of a West Coast thing, I think, or just Europe in general, like Hellfest. I don't know who played at Hellfest this year. I saw the lineup very briefly. I honestly don't remember. And also,
Rammstein played Hellfest.
What? What?
Rammstein played Hellfest.
Oh, did they?
Dark Funeral, Ghost.
Oh, I don't know why I was expecting Hellfest to be a bit more. I don't know. I thought Hellfest was a more underground festival. For some reason, I guess I was wrong.
They had some. They had some pretty crazy bands there, I think. Um, Fuck, I have to look it up. Keep talking. Entertain the people.
Yes, entertain the masses.
Okay, here. Rammstein, Pucifer, Paradise Lost, Napalm Death, Testament, Deicide, Dark Funeral, Abath, Sun, King Diamond, Volbeat, if you like Volbeat, and Ghost, Amon Amarth, All Pigs Must Die.
Oh, that sounds like a horrible lineup. I mean, not what I was expecting. Anyways,
Not like the other years.
I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. I must be thinking of a different festival entirely because that is not what I was. That's not what I was expecting.
King Dude was there. Corpiclani.
Oh yeah, dude,
Inquisition.
I saw King Dude post a picture of that. I'd like to see. Fuck, King Dude is. I like that better than pretty much any band you mentioned.
Campfire, The Hexen.
Oh, well, Hexen would be cool to see live.
Moon Sorrow, Primordial, Archgoat, Flesh God, Apocalypse, Mirker, who, despite what a lot of people say, is actually very good live. Take, MGLA, Vader. Fuck it. What the hell, dude? They have like.
Didn't Mutilation
a
couple years ago?
Cattle Decapitation. What?
Didn't Mutilation play Hellfest like a couple years ago?
Probably. I probably wasn't paying attention.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't honestly. I don't know what lineup I was seeing, but it must not have been Hellfest.
What the fuck, dude? They had Gojira there. Who else? They had someone that Cattle Decapitation. I don't know if I said that. Municipal Waste. I have to stop going through this. That's the first step.
Well, I mean, there's a couple bands I would like to see that I've never seen before. Like I would like to see Behexen. I think that's probably the band I would like to see the most out of the bands I have never seen. But I would always be down to see Cattle Decapitation again. That shit is a blast. Yeah, great shit. Yeah, and I saw King Dude post a picture of being at Hellfest, and I thought that was really strange, especially now that I know the whole lineup. King Dude just does not fit into that lineup at all. But I don't know. Maybe I'm being unfair.
They have a really good. What is that show called? At Reggie's that they're having in Chicago with Destroyer 666 and Inquisition and all of those fucking bands.
Oh, I have no idea, dude. I don't know.
They're having a show down there and it sold out immediately.
I don't know. I have no idea. I mean, if I lived in Chicago.
Metal Thread.
What?
This man here, DJJPLIN, just saved me. The name is Metal Thread Fest.
Oh, okay, yeah. Is that the one with like Shitfucker? Isn't Shitfucker playing that show?
Probably.
Okay. Well, if you do, like, if you were to make it to that, you have to see Shitfucker live, dude.
It's sold out, dude. Like the tickets are like
it's sold out. Okay, I didn't know if it's sold out and you you got a ticket for it, but yeah.
I saw Inquisition was there, and I was like, I fucking pulled out my wallet and the credit card, and then it said sold out. So I was like, fuck. Absu is playing though.
That's another band I've never really cared too much for, which is probably blasphemy for some people, but whatever. I don't know. Give me 1 second here. Let me see if I can. I think I might be moving to the living room here quickly. Hold on. Let me see if I can make this work. Mhm. See how I want to do this. Whoa! All right. Sorry about that. What are people talking about now? Tampon lollipops. That was the first Skinless song I ever heard years ago. I love that song. And I think Progression Towards Evil was the album that was on. And that's just a great album in general.
Guys, I don't know if you've noticed, but this is a first here. If you look behind Canyon, you will see that there's a new couch.
Yes, I am debuting my new couch on the Hunky Boy Livestream. It's a couch that's much too big for 2 people, but whatever. Yes, thank you for mentioning that. I had forgotten.
Shout out.
And yeah, shout out to my new couch. I'm also going to have to find a way to record videos from now on because the area I used to record videos in is kind of now blocked off. So yes, I will have to probably film videos from right here. So yes, good shout on the new couch. Big fucking couch. And I also comes with this. I also have this big fucking like ottoman thing, which also takes. So my whole living room is a couch now, which is great fun.
What else do you need?
Yes, besides one couch, I need one huge, massive couch for my living room, and then that is it. And I also have a bunch of Maddie's fucking pillows here.
That's fucking scary. I wouldn't want to sleep on that, dude. Some guy staring at you.
I don't sleep on the couch. Maddie and I still like each other a little bit.
I'm just saying I wouldn't want to sleep on it.
Woo!
It's fucking scary, dude. Some guy looking at you while you're sleeping.
Just some guy, man. It's Dracula. And then
just fucking rest your head on his soft lips.
Frankenstein. Got the Wolf Man.
Okay, that one would.
Got the Bride of Frankenstein. Fucking sweet. I think the comment section got a little bit gay there for a little bit, and I think we missed it. That's a shame. Oh no, someone mentioned Bullet for My Valentine. The comment section definitely got gay.
Bullet for My Valentine.
Yes. Aren't you a fan? Didn't you tell me earlier that was your favorite band? Oh, you wanted me to keep quiet about that. I'm sorry. Forgot.
Damn, dude, you fucking blew my cover.
I feel a little bit bad. I outed you. Someone said no room tours. This is my private quarters. You guys can't see the nudes I have hanging on the other walls.
Start a cam show to pay for records.
I saw it. Yeah. Oh, somebody said. I think that same dude said that a while back, and I think you were talking and I missed it. Forgot to say something. I think that guy was kind of crushing on us a little bit ago.
I wouldn't blame him.
No, me neither.
Canyon's taken, but I'm single.
Yeah, everybody, flock to Joe.
Yes.
He is in need of man ass more than anything.
I like it firm. I don't really like the soft stuff, you know.
Yeah, none of that. None of that nonsense. None of that business.
Too much grip.
Yes. So, any of you guys who have been unstretched, Joe is in Sweden now. He will be back in America eventually. So that's 2 continents full of men. And whoever wants it, he's up for the taking.
Actually, interesting fact: there are more women in the U.S. than there are. Like there's about a 50-50 ratio of women to men in the U.S., but here it's like 40 to 50 with women. There are less women in Sweden than there are in the U.S. But I think the flip side to that is that a lot of the women here are a little bit easier on the eyes, you know. So it just evens out, if you know what I mean.
Okay. Well, I mean, I've never been to Sweden, but yeah, I'm married. I mean, that doesn't even matter, I guess. I'm strictly boys at this point. That's a lot. Everyone's talking about Damon now, guys.
What about Damon?
Well, it seems like he is missed. People want him to come back to YouTube. He has a good porn voice.
Yes.
I agree. You know, I actually haven't talked to him in a concerning amount of time. But you know, hopefully, hopefully he gets his shit together and makes his return.
Triumphant return of Damon.
Yes, triumphant return of Dank Buds and black metal. What the fuck are we? Somebody give us a fucking topic besides ABBA. Let's
Hail from Brazil.
Hails to Brazil from America.
Hails from Sweden.
Yeah. Yes.
I feel really weird saying that.
Yeah, I probably would too.
In English, like.
Yeah. Who wants to ask? Somebody just ask Joe questions, and I'll be the backing. I'll do backup vocals. ABBA, guys. Joe, didn't you fucking mention ABBA, you fucker?
I did a while back, and ABBA porn is probably something that could take off. But somebody asked if I like crust punk. Crust punk. Shit. I just bought a record that has a lot of crust punk influence. Shit. But yeah, I do like crust punk. I don't know very many crust punk bands, but I can dig that. That's the first time I've ever said that in my life. I can dig that.
I can dig on that. All right.
Yeah.
Wanted boner records. What are your most wanted boner records?
Shit. Lurker of Chalice, that's coming soon. There's not much that I'm looking for right now, but I can tell you that there are a few different presses of stuff that I do really, really want. A lot of the old Behemoth stuff, original tape from Endless Damnation, Septic Flesh, Communion, Wooden Box, all of the Leviathan demos. Just one copy of Ghosts, Elizabeth, 7-inch, Year Zero, 10-inch. Fuck, what else? Secular Haze, 10-inch clear vinyl. Evangelion. I really want a non-fucking picture disc version of that. What else have I been listening to? I really want the goat leather version of Into the Infernal Regions of the Ancient Cults.
Fucking good luck with that shit, man.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, pretty much those, man, once they're gone, they're just gone. Those things, you got to get them while they're hot or just not at all.
Thoughts on Portal? Portal is actually one of the first like extreme metal bands that I listened to. And I really, really like Swarth. I think it's a really good album. Portal's one of those bands, man. I've listened to a few tracks, and I guess it just didn't hold my attention because I've never gone back. I don't own any Portal, anything. I don't know anything. I think they're from Australia, but I think that's like all I know about it. So I don't even know what it's considered. Isn't it like fucking, what is it, like industrial, like Black Death? Is that what that's considered? I honestly don't know. Probably. I would probably put it in that category.
Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, industrial stuff's not really my my thing in the first place. See, I saw something else I kind of wanted to touch upon. I don't remember exactly what it was. Somebody asked unpopular opinions in metal. We could piss some people off with this one.
Hold on. I have to respond to this. Somebody mentioned the band Sport Love, which is a Swedish like parody black metal band. They're basically a band that makes fun of black metal. Like fuck, who would I group them in with? Like not like Lindemann comedy where it's like funny, but like it's like it makes fun of like black metal bands from Sweden. And I was just talking with my cousin here about that. I was asking him about more underground Swedish black metal bands, and he was like, "You should check out Sport Love." And I looked it up. I'm like, "Dude, what the fuck is this?" Um, Basically, what Sport
Black metal doesn't make any sense. That's kind of I don't know. No, I don't like the idea, but you know,
basically what basically what Sport Love is like it's named after like this 1 week holiday that school kids get here in Sweden, kind of like winter break. And a lot of them go skiing, so it's called like Sport Love. Like you get it right.
Yeah, it's very specific and it's also very strange, but but yeah, I didn't know that was a thing. I'm not familiar with this.
Another band that, while we're on the topic of my cousin, he said to check out Diagnose Lebensgefahr, which is sort of an experimental black industrial band, which is really interesting. It's somewhat disturbing, actually, if you listen to the whole album all the way through. What? The guy behind it is a guy named Natram, and he's basically insane. But what were you going to talk about?
Oh shit. People are going off in the comments about Mayhem vocalists. This can kind of tie in, I guess, to the unpopular metal opinion things that people were asking, which, you know, somebody said Maniac is a better vocalist for Mayhem than Dead was, and I don't know, I don't agree with that, but you know, I guess I don't really care. I mean, you know, Mayhem's kind of a little past their prime, so I don't really pay much attention, I guess. But I think their vocalist now is Attila, right? Is who's doing vocals now these days? Yeah, I do. I don't care. I'm not that bothered by it, really. But besides that, other unpopular opinions is let's see. Well, I don't know. What bands does everybody love that you just fucking loathe?
Well, somebody is very. Before we get to that, somebody is very persistent on asking me about the gayest records I own.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. I own a couple Bill Cosby records. I think his older stuff is really funny. I don't know if that'd be considered gay, but Hell Yeah, I have a Hell Yeah record. I have a I Killed the Prom Queen record.
Oh man, I remember that band from fucking like 12, 13 years ago.
Yeah. What else? I don't know what people would consider this, but I'm really into Yes's 90125. Shit, what else? What other gay records do I own that are just fucking flaming gay?
I own some pretty gay records. I think probably a lot of people know about them, but I own some pretty bad records. Not bad, just gay fucking records. I mean, I to put into perspective, I own every Cradle of Filth album on vinyl. I'm not proud of that. You know, half their albums are really, really bad. But you know, if it's any consolation, they were cheap.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have bought them if they weren't, I guess. But I could piss some people off. I mean, I could say that honestly, I don't give a fuck about Iron Maiden, which is, you know, I can tell that is not okay. But honestly, man, it's always been more than a little bit boring to me. Yeah, unfortunately. You know, don't get me wrong, I respect what they've done, but musically, it's just not my thing. Unfortunately, I can say the same for Black Sabbath. Not my thing at all. Again, I have respect for what they did for the genre, but nothing past that, I just don't care.
You don't like Iron Maiden. You don't like Black Sabbath. You don't like Sabaton. How do you like, or you don't like Rammstein? How do you like Sabaton?
It's different. I mean, okay, look,
No.
I don't really listen to things. I don't really listen to things and think about the influence that band has taken from other things. If a band has a good sound, I'll listen to it. I mean, a band can be their main influence can be Five Finger Death Punch, and if it's good, I'll listen to it. I don't care who these bands have been influenced by, because most of the time I don't listen to things like that.
If it's good, then it was not influenced by Five Finger Death Punch.
No, I didn't say no. It's not. I know. I didn't say it was. I'm just saying, if there were a band whose main influence was Five Finger Death Punch, but the band made good songs and they wrote good songs, then I'll listen to it. I don't know. I don't think about it like that. It's not how I think about music. Yeah.
I think the thing that I always say that always pisses the metal people that I talk to off is when I say like the U.S. Metal festivals suck really bad, in my opinion, at least the bigger ones, the open air festivals, because basically what it is just a big tour between 4 or 5 big bands that go and play all of these festivals and headline them, and then just like small local bands. There's no room for anything in between, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. I mean, I don't pay attention to big festivals really anyways. Even if they were good, they'd probably be far as hell from me. But for the most part, man, I don't know. There's not really any huge metal festivals here. I mean, there's no like Wacken, size shit going on here in America. And that's okay with me. And I'll also say, as an unpopular metal opinion, that Wacken is a shitty festival almost all the time. Dude, fucking look at the 2016 lineup for that fucking festival. That is an absolute joke. Like no bueno. No fucking bueno. Wyatt's here. Guys, Wyatt's here.
Oh, it is? Holy shit.
Maryland Death Fest. Dude, I would totally fucking go to the Maryland Death Fest. It's just, I will spend so much money that I would never forgive myself. And, for the most part, for the Maryland Death Fest, it's like, it seems like there's like almost like a theme every year. And there was like that one year, like fucking, I don't remember, maybe it was last year, and like Testament and Venom played, or I honestly don't remember.
I think it was this year, maybe.
Was that this year? Yeah, and it seems like, I don't know, it seems like there was like a couple years ago, it was like almost like a doom metal themed, and that's not my thing. So I don't know, I would go, but the lineup would have to be right. And this past year, I don't think the lineup was all there for me. There was bands playing that I would have loved to have seen live, but there was just, I don't know, there wasn't enough, I guess.
Yeah, I'd go to Maryland Death Fest too. It's just the means of getting there and the fucking cash, because it's quite a ways away. But I guess that would be one of the exceptions to what I was talking about before. But it's not really. I'm talking about like big festivals. Like here in Sweden, like probably the biggest festival here is Sweden Rock, and they have such a diverse lineup when they play there.
You're talking about like airfield big. Like you're talking about massive stadium big.
I'm talking about like, like Chicago Open Air would be like at Toyota Park or like something like that, something big,
Yeah. No, I understand what you mean. But then again, man, like I said, if those festivals were here, I wouldn't even bother. It's just not my thing. I
think one of the big problems with the music scene in the U.S. is that there's not enough diversity in it. Like, especially around where I live on the radio, it's always the same 5 fucking songs all the time, and nobody makes really an effort to try and go out and find new music. I mean, yeah, people make efforts like you and me, but I'm talking about like more mainstream people don't make an effort to go out of their comfort zone. Like I noticed here, like you could go into like a sports store in the mall or something, and it'll switch between like I don't know, like ABBA, Lady Gaga, Europe, some fucking other hard rock band, and there's like a lot of diversity to it. Whereas the U.S., if you're in like um, a genre, then you don't really kind of mingle with other people and other um, that have other in other fan bases. Like you know what I mean? Like EDM people don't usually go to like a death metal festival or
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of like that though. That's kind of how I am. I don't fuck with lots of other genres of music really. I listen to metal and then like 4 bands outside of metal, and that's really all I listen to. I don't know. I don't think that's a bad thing, but I think that the people who don't listen to things that even if they like it, just because it's not in a certain genre of music, then that's really fucking dumb. That person's wasting their time. Yeah,
somebody, the same guy who this why are you so interested in me, man? Blake Wilkinson keeps asking, what is the most satanic album you own?
As in what, like lyrical themes? Because I mean, how can one album really be more satanic than another one if they're both just satanic black metal albums or death metal albums?
I mean,
simmer down there, Blake. All right, we're getting to it. Calm down. We're working on it. Well, yeah. What do you mean?
I don't know. He's asking what's the most satanic album you own. So maybe I don't know. I guess it would be for me. I guess it would be Into the Infernal Regions of the Ancient Cults would probably be that. I don't know. I don't really buy albums based on satanic themes and stuff. So I couldn't tell you. My collection is a couple thousand miles away. So bear with me here.
I don't know what can be. I mean, I just have a lot of satanic themed albums. I don't know what could be the most satanic of all of them. I mean, obviously there are some bands who I guess Satanism is more of a gimmick than anything else. So, if somebody were to say that like Venom's black metal is the most satanic album, then they're just lying to themselves. Because for them it was a gimmick. You know what I mean? I mean, I don't know. I don't know what could be the most genuinely true, real satanic album. I don't know.
I think he said that lyrically, what's the most satanic album you own? I think maybe Behemoth's new album has some very vicious lyrics, and I think people are going to get angry because I said that because I guess that makes me a poser. But the new Dark Funeral album, part of the reason I really like the new vocalist is his lyric style, or I don't know if he writes it, but they definitely got a little bit more vicious with that album, with those songs. Inquisition, yeah. Fuck, I don't.
Somebody called Behemoth gay, and while doing that, they misspelled Behemoth. I don't know what that says. I don't know what that's. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. God damn it. Yeah. I don't know, man. I mean, I don't really think about it like that. I don't, I was talking to you about this earlier. All of this stuff to me, especially black metal, it's all atmosphere. That's what I care about. I don't really care about the lyrical themes. I care more about if the dudes who are singing about this stuff are genuine. You know, I've talked about it before. You know, if you're gonna be a band who sort of pushes like National Socialist ideology, then be that. You know what I mean? Don't fucking write about it because it's edgy. Don't write about it because it's cool. If you're gonna be, I don't know, if you're gonna write about Satanism, I would rather you live and breathe Satanism. I don't want you to, you know, writing about it because it's cool or because the imagery is cool. That's not, I don't know. That to me is the only thing that will really put me off of anything. Besides that, it just has to sound good. You know, that's what I care about. And also, this person is arguing about Venom is amazing. I disagree. I don't know. I can't really go into it. I disagree. I don't think that they qualify as black metal. I don't think they qualify as extreme metal. I don't know.
Favorite artists outside of metal?
Outside of metal, I would say my favorite band outside of metal is probably Cancer Slug. If not, I love a lot of the Voltaire albums. I love King Dude, the Coffin Shakers, and really those are the bands that I listen to outside of metal, and that's really it.
Outside of metal, I like more mellow stuff if I'm not listening to metal, so I guess Yes would be one, or Rush. I don't know if you could consider Catatonia metal, but I really like a few of their songs. What else? Ghost, I don't know if you consider them metal or not. I've been listening to too much metal to remember what's not metal.
Yeah.
But on the topic of atmosphere and stuff, do you remember we were talking about before how like you sometimes like you want to get into a band, but you just fucking hate the shit out of the music, but you love everything else about them?
Yeah, you like everything about the band except for the music. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, where are you going with that?
I don't know. I think like what you were saying with the atmosphere and just the genuine, how genuine the artist is. I think that's really important in black metal because, like, where was I going with this? I was going somewhere, but I forgot.
I don't know, man. I'm trying to follow you. I promise.
Like with like Zastler, you know, he was like really into black metal, like the DSBM type of shit, like really fucking dark, scary stuff. Like, or like Jeff Whitehead, he was like living he was fucking taking his feelings out and putting it into the music, and you can fucking feel it, and that's what makes your hair stand up.
Yeah.
You know, same with Lurker of Chalice. I think that is the most important part about black metal, not the musicianship or anything. The most important part is about being able to portray your emotions with the instruments, not about how fast you can play it or your vocal range or whatever.
That's the type of black metal that I end up liking the most is usually stuff that is more focused on emotion over anything else. Like, shit, man, if you listen to anything from Drowning in the Light and you get that, you know, it's not tunnel vision focused on Satanism or anything. It's more focused on depression and stuff like that. And that, for me, always makes the better music. Now, there are some bands who go full-fledged into, like, DSBM stuff, and a lot of that's really bad. But for again, man, it goes back to I don't think that's genuine. At that, you know, a lot of it sounds just silly, and it doesn't sound genuine. Ghost Bath would be a perfect example of that. We were talking about that earlier. Man, come on, seriously, that's not DSBM. That's like that, at this point, man, that is just commercial black metal that calls itself DSBM. And no, I don't know, man. For me, it just seems like most of the stuff that I end up liking the most has a more depressive atmosphere. That's just me personally.
I think to make good DSBM, the goal shouldn't be self-reflection. Um, it should be making music that makes other people want to like kill themselves. Basically, that's what makes good DSBM.
I think that comes from. I think that's just a product of the music being good in the first place. And when you can feel what they want you to feel, that's the mark of a good band. And that's, I don't know. That's how I think about it. I don't know. For me, a lot of people you pretty much dismiss black metal that isn't rooted in Satanism because that's where it started. But I don't know. Personally, I prefer that as a, and it kind of goes back to the whole atmosphere thing. I prefer atmosphere over everything else in terms of black metal. Like it has to have an atmosphere to it. I'm not talking about atmospheric black metal per se. I'm talking about just, if it creates a good atmosphere, then I will probably love it.
Somebody said, I don't know if he's being serious or not, but I think it's interesting. Somebody said DSBM is similar to country music. It's born out of experience.
I could, honestly, I could understand that. Like I wouldn't have made that analogy myself. I probably wouldn't have thought about it that way, but yeah, I mean, yeah, in the same way, man, there's a lot of country music. If you listen to fucking country music on the radio now, that is basically just corporate produced nonsense. Yeah. And I don't know, like, I guess real country music that is written from experience, that would be the stuff that doesn't suck quite as much ass. And the same thing would go for like depressive black metal. The stuff that is written from experience would definitely make better music. You can feel it, you know what I mean? If it's written with that intention and it's real, then you can feel it. And I think it's very obvious. And I think the people who write depressive black metal because they like the way it sounds and it's just basically, it's not real or it's not genuine, then you can definitely tell.
Yeah. Somebody asked what was the best, what's the album with the best atmosphere that made you feel that has made you feel like the way that you think that the artist wanted you to feel?
I would say Lurker of Chalice did that better than any album I've ever heard. Lurker of Chalice I honestly think that is a perfect album with a perfect atmosphere that perfectly portrays what Jeff Whitehead wanted us, or me, I guess, the listener, to feel. That's just personally. I think another album that does that is The Blood of the Ancients, Treading the Light. That album, if you read along with the lyrics of that album, man, there's no way you can't tell me that you didn't feel that. And I don't know. I would say those two albums, but mainly Lurker of Chalice.
I agree with you on Lurker of Chalice. But at the same time, I want to add in The Speed of Darkness has a really dark atmosphere to it, like darker than normal Leviathan, in my opinion. And Zaster's Subliminal Genocide, definitely Prison of Mirrors. The part in that song where just like everything else cuts out and it's just the fucking guitar riff. It's so fucking dark and eerie.
Very, very vaguely know what you're talking about. I could be thinking about something totally different. I'm not sure, but I do know that I know what you're talking. I know that song. I know the name of the song, and I can kind of, I'm not as well versed in Zaster as I think I probably should be.
But what else? Shit, I was Into the Infernal Regions of the Ancient Cult was another one. It really kind of put you in the sort of concept, I guess it was, for the album. Atmosphere.
Yeah.
It's Temple of Baal. It's really good atmosphere.
What?
Temple of Baal,
Oh,
Mysticism,
okay, yeah.
Mysticism or whatever it's called. Really good atmosphere. But like, trying to think of something that doesn't have such a fucking depressing atmosphere, you know?
Well, that's kind of where it's most obvious, I think. You know what I mean? Like a sort of, I guess, like there's like the depressing atmosphere, and then there's like the evil sounding atmosphere, and those are probably the two most prevalent in black metal, anyways. And I prefer the depressive stuff, but in terms of like evil sounding like black metal, I would say basically anything with like a really ritualistic feel. That to me resonates as a perfect atmosphere.
Speaking of ritualistic feel the new Pyrification demo, the second half of that has a really, really good atmosphere to it. It feels really dark, and it just feels black is what it feels like, and really ritualistic and slow and brooding. That one has a really good atmosphere to it.
Yeah, I haven't listened to that yet. Not the whole thing. I know you've talked about it. Wyatt keeps mentioning that Stalag band. I don't know if you know what that is, but it's horrible. I mean, like, but it's horrible in like such a way that it's fascinating. I mean, it's like, do you know? Have you listened to that before? The one of
No.
the records is called like Project Nile or something like that, and from what you can find about that, it's literally fucking like it's supposed to be a guy basically making music to the sounds of actual insane asylum noises of people just wailing, and it's not good. It's like it's so fucking weird. Like it almost suited better as like a soundtrack for like a haunted house or something. It's very weird.
I need to listen to that. That sounds fucking weird.
Dude, don't go into it expecting to like it. I promise you, you're not gonna listen to that and be like, this is really good. It's not gonna happen. You're gonna be like, what the fuck is this?
Speaking of weird, have you heard that Giles Corey album?
Yeah, I actually have it. It's sitting back over there.
Yeah, that fucking album that's weird, but it's really good.
Yeah, no, that album is fucking awesome, dude. Like I read through it comes with like this book, and I read through it, and man, listening to the album before and then listening to the album after you've read what the album is supposed to be about, it changes your perception of just being alive. Your existence is no longer what it once was, and it's such a good record, man. I love that thing to death. But I agree, the atmosphere on that is almost unrivaled. It's extremely dark, and it's just really, really good.
Yeah, I still need to buy the vinyl version of that.
You what?
I still need to buy the vinyl version of that.
I would get it on the Flinzer before it sells out, because once it sells out, it's gonna be a bitch to find, I'm sure.
Yeah.
No, I can fucking hold on. Ugh!
It's only like $40 for like a huge box like that.
Yeah,
Look,
it's a pretty nice, like, pretty nice box for what it is. I mean, there's some presentation, but it's still pretty cool. And for $40, it's totally worth it.
You should show that book if you have it in there.
Yeah, it's really, really cool. It's got some really cool pictures on the like the inner sleeves and stuff like that. Like that's badass. But the book itself is actually it's like a serious book. It's not like a booklet. It's like an actual fucking book. And there's all sorts of like charts and shit in here. Basically things that like this is about like suicide. And it's basically pros and cons of suicide. But there's all sorts of like weird fucking pictures in here and stuff like that. It's really, really cool. But yeah, I read through this whole thing the day I got this, and man, listening to it after, it was just, I don't know, something changed in my body, and I'll remember that experience forever. But it's really, really cool. Somebody mentioned Nicole 12. No, nobody looked that up. Under no circumstances should you ever look that up.
I don't think people like that we're talking about Giles Corey.
I don't care. Okay, what should we talk about then? What do you guys want us to talk about? Also, a couple of these dudes are like seriously hell bent on getting us naked.
You know, if I did that, then I don't know if you'd be able to see again, and I'm pretty sure that's a crime.
Yes.
Assault.
Yeah. I've seen Joe naked, and he's being a little bit pessimistic there. I think you need to give yourself a bit more credit, brah.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Somebody mentioned Motorhead and Lemmy.
Oh God.
I have to say something about Lemmy because I believe Lemmy is the greatest man ever to walk the earth.
Are you being sarcastic?
No, I actually really like Lemmy. Lemmy is fucking awesome.
I was just making sure before we went on.
I just kind of started talking and I didn't really think about what I was going to say, but
Good. This is real professional.
But yeah, Lemmy is fucking awesome. Claims to have slept with over 1,000 women. Did acid with what's his name? Jimi Hendrix. Probably, I think Motorhead was the first metal band, in my opinion. What else about Lemmy? Have you ever just looked up interviews with Lemmy where he just like tells stories about shit?
No,
It's so funny. He was telling this one story about shit. I forget who they were touring with, but they were touring with somebody and their manager like made him angry. So one of the members of the other bands like took the manager and locked him in a car with no keys and sent him on a ferry to Iceland.
Yeah, I've never heard these stories before. I've never been a Motorhead fan, dude. I unfortunately that would have to constitute as an unpopular metal opinion, but I've never been a Motorhead fan. Again, I have respect for the guys and what they did, but yeah, it's just not my thing, unfortunately.
Oh yeah, dude. Somebody said I forgot to mention this, but as long as he fucking lived, he should not have lived that long.
No,
like,
I agree. Dude, I remember hearing about him having health problems like 15 years ago. And
he'd fucking drink a whole bottle of Jack in a day and fucking smoke like 7 packs of cigarettes and do speed. And dude, that guy was an animal.
Well, I mean, he lived longer than he should have. He was in his 70s when he died, right?
Yeah, the fucking cancer killed him in a couple days.
Shit. I mean, didn't fucking like Bruce Dickinson get like tongue cancer or something like a couple years ago?
Maybe, I don't know. I don't follow him.
Oh yeah, I heard about that, and I was like, and like all the guys who were talking, like I heard one of my friends said that Bruce Dickinson didn't get tongue cancer got Bruce Dickinson. So I like that an awful lot. I don't really care for fucking Iron Maiden or anything, but I think it's cool.
Award for most unpopular metal opinions, Canyon.
Yeah, I was literally just reading that as you mentioned it. I know, dude, I don't like any of the fucking classic like pre-extreme metal bands. I don't like Motorhead. I don't like Judas Priest. I don't like Iron Maiden. I don't like Black Sabbath. And I should be ashamed of myself. And I'm aware of that. But whatever. I don't care. I don't care.
I mean, one that we probably share is Watain is gay.
Well, wait, you're not a Watain fan?
I'm a fan of The Lawless Darkness, a few songs on there, and then that's fucking it.
that's how I am. Like with Lawless Darkness is my favorite Watain album, and really it's because of the song Malfeater.
Yeah.
Besides that, I don't really care. There's a couple songs on the newer one that I liked. They Rode On was my favorite song on that, and it wasn't even like a metal song. And then the Sworn to the Dark has like a song or two that I really, really enjoy, but I don't love any Watain albums.
Yeah.
But that's just me. I'm sure a lot of people are probably I'm probably losing a lot of subscribers doing this.
Yeah, dude, the fucking view count just plummeted.
Yeah, I'm sure we're probably at like 14 viewers. Like
surprisingly, we're still in the high 30s.
Well, there's not a theme to this fucking live thing. We're just kind of bullshitting about nonsense.
And that's what makes it great.
Yes, that is the natural chemistry between two dapper young gentlemen.
Between two hunky boys.
Yes, between two hunky boys. Let's see. What are people talking about now? They're just
Craig's still here. Craig, where are you? I love you.
Craig, where you at, brah? No, I think Craig probably got bored.
Craig was like, fuck these guys.
Yeah, fuck these hunky boys. Yeah. Favorite war metal band? You like war metal? I don't think I've ever heard you mention any war metal stuff.
Abominator.
Oh.
That's about it.
I don't know. I'm not a big for me, war metal is like I'm not very picky about it. So if there's war metal on, I'll listen to it and I'll like it. But I don't like. I don't know. There's not really any that I like love way more than any other. I guess like if you consider war metal just Black Death, then I guess like Archgoat would be my favorite. But again, if you listen to Archgoat and then you listen to something like Revenge, it's very different. So, I don't know. It just I guess it just depends on your idea.
Speaking of war metal, I really don't like Chris Moyen's artwork.
Really?
Yeah, I hate it. I can't stand it.
Why?
It just makes me like cringe. Like the fucking shit that he draws. Like
dude.
It's not for me.
Dude, unpopular metal opinion, man. I disagree. I disagree with that. I mean, whatever. Yeah, that's your thing. Then that's fine. Someone mentioned Evil Power. I love that fucking album. Did you listen to that Death Hammer album that came out? Evil Power. Shit is so fucking cool.
I haven't heard that, but I gotta get going soon. So.
Yeah, dude. What time is it there? It's got to be like fucking 2 a.m. and it looks like it's like daytime.
2:30, yeah, and the sun's still up.
That's fucked up. That's fucked up. Okay. Well, here quickly. Here, this person said Mark Riddick art. What about that?
Mark Riddick art. What does he have artwork on?
Fucking everything. Dude, Mark Riddick. I don't know how to explain it. It's like, fuck. I'm trying to think of like album covers that he did. Fuck, dude. I don't know. Did you ever see like Feeded Zombie stuff? I mean, that's like like. Yeah, Mark Riddick has done artwork for like everything.
Yeah, I like his stuff. I like that type of stuff.
It's pretty similar to like Chris Moyen artwork.
But I'm talking like the theme, like the things that he's drawing is like not for me. Like it makes me cringe. But like looking at Mark Riddick stuff, it's a little bit more dark, like skulls and shit. Like I like that a little bit more than Chris Moyen stuff.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if that's your thing, then I can't say anything. People are mentioning Grossum Kite though. well, one person mentioned grass kite, and the other person said they're okay. I personally love that grass. I love grass and kite. I have 2 records, and they're both fantastic. And I think I may have sent you one of those songs, but I don't know that. I don't know for sure if I did. If not, I'll have to find out and sign it or send it your way. But yeah, man. I mean, if you gotta get going, then we'll end this here.
All right. How do you want to end it? Quick flash.
We could end it. Yeah. Yes. We can end it by being more than a little bit annoyed by all the people commenting dumb shit. We could give thanks to the people who comment shit that's not quite as retarded. It's up to you. Whatever works.
I mean, I don't know if I was gonna thank anybody. I just thank everybody who's watching this, who's put up with my bullshit for so far.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks. I guess what would it be? A quick plug for my channel. Go check out my channel if you want to see more of my bullshit. And then hopefully we can do this again sometime with a little bit more structure.
Yeah. You mean with any amount of structure at all?
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm totally down for doing this again, and I agree. You guys should all go subscribe to Joe or Vinyl Distortion, and like I said, I will put a link in the description as soon as I am able to. Yeah, I don't know. Thanks for sticking around. If you did, I guess. And I don't know. If you were being negative, then fuck you. And
negativity is always good.
Yes, I know this is black metal, but we don't need all this negativity. But yeah, I'm totally down. By the way, I'm down with doing this with other people if Joe is not available. I like doing this. I think this is cool, and I'm sure Joe would I'm sure he'd be down for either getting involved or doing this shit again once he's actually allowed to on his channel. Whatever.
Yeah, for sure. Just shoot me a message, find me on Facebook or Instagram, or just message me on YouTube or whatever. It's pretty easy to find me, but yeah, I guess we'll end it here.
Cool. Well, thanks for sticking around, guys, and we'll talk to you. We'll talk to you again if we do it again. Good. All right.
Yep.